Hello everyone, welcome to another action figure unboxing and review. We do have the SH Figuarts War Machine, the Mark 6, under the title Avengers Endgame, which has just been released. It is of course by Tamashii Nation's Bandai. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the action figure, its accessories, comparing it side by side with some of its current Endgame figures. And by the end of this video, hopefully you can decide whether it's worth purchasing, especially if you already have the Mark 4 from the Infinity War title. So there's not much to talk about the box. It is the usual design with its logos and titles. Same on the two sides. And then on the back, it is the photo of the figure. So now we can unbox the action figure first. It's a silver shiny background, some survey, and then the sheet to show you how to put on the accessories. And then this is the figure inside its packaging, the overall look. So now for the overall look of the War Machine Mark 6. First impressions, I'm pretty happy with it. It is what I expected. I mean, Tamashii Nations always do an excellent job with their 112 armored figures. So no different for this one really, for War Machine. I mean, a lot like the Iron Man ones. I think they are some of the best in the business in terms of armored figures. So it's not the first time they've made a War Machine figure either. So I don't expect this one to run into too many problems. At least not for the sculpting and articulation. So I do like the sculpt and the paint of this figure. It feels really solid, quite heavy. And I do like the matte finish of this War Machine, which is very suited to the armor of him. Whereas a lot of the Iron Man ones have that reflective look. And I'll say that it is pretty film accurate, at least from what I remember. I mean, I'll probably have to rewatch some of the clips to know. But they've got all the logos on the arms and the legs. And then we have the machine gun, which can have articulation as well. Multiple movements as well, which I really like. And of course it can be taken off, which I'll do now. For War Machine, for the head sculpt, it has that 360 spin. It has downwards movement this much. Upwards movement quite a lot, of course for the flight poses. And then we have side to side pivot movement. And then for the arms, first of all, there's the two shoulder pads which you can push up sideways, and he does have forwards movement and backwards movement, and there's actually two more shoulder pads here as well which you can move up. For the bicep, he has a swivel which goes all the way around, and then we have the double jointed elbows, and then for the hands it has that 360 spin, and it does have a pivot to go inwards and outwards as well. Upper body, of course it can be moved side to side, and it can go backwards like this, downwards this much. And then for the lower half of the body, but it does have a decent amount of movement. And of course it can go backwards like this, downwards like this. The legs, pretty standard, forwards, backwards and sideways, which works on both sides. And then of course the knees is going to have double jointed, quite far back. Toe downwards, I think. Doesn't have too much side to side movement. There's a slight movement on the back as well. So these are the accessories included with the figure. We have some blaster effects and 4 sets of alternate hands. The first set is the closed fist with a slight opening. The second set is the standard open palms. The third set is the open palms for the flight poses. And the fourth set is the open palms with the blaster effects. Now here it is with the blaster effect on the machine gun. And here are the effects for the flight poses. So here is the side-by-side comparisons next to its fellow SH Figuarts, next to the Iron Man Mark 85 Avengers Endgame, next to Ant-Man Avengers Endgame, next to Captain America Avengers Endgame, next to Nebula Avengers Infinity War, and next to all of them. So now for my overall opinion of the War Machine Mark 6 action figure. I'll say I'm satisfied with it. When I first took it out of the box, it felt solid, it had a nice matte finish, a good sculpt, and of course it resembles the War Machine we see in the movies. I'm also happy with the articulation. I think it does enough for a character like War Machine, so it's pretty smooth. I also think there's enough accessories included, so we can do different poses, such as the flight effects, blaster effects, the machine gun, and of course different hands for different poses. As this is also my first War Machine, I don't think I have too many complaints. But of course, those of you who have got the Mark IV from the Infinity War line, or any of the Marvel Legends ones, maybe you can decide whether it's worth it to purchase this one as well. But as for improvements, of course I would have liked an alternate head sculpt, such as a Rhodey's one or even a battle damaged one. But I know it's very unlikely, or at least for the first Mark VI figure for Endgame. But I'll definitely say it's one of my favourites in the Endgame line to date. So overall I'm going to give this score a solid 7.5 out of 10. So I think that's it for the Endgame line for this first phase, as we now move on to the final battle releases of Rescue, Iron Man Mark 85 and Captain America Battle Damaged versions next. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and check out my channel for more reviews and toy hunts. And also stay tuned as I'll be reviewing the Black Panther Vibranium suit next. Thanks for watching and see you next time.